What a joy he can bring, that the angels will sing of a Savior come to us. And we know of the good news he was born to give and share with all the weary souls. A star in the night sky, a glorious light, and the shepherds they did see a beautiful boy who would bring love and joy, of tidings and of peace. So to you, Lord, we raise up the banner of praise, for Christmas time has come, and we'll sing never ending when the seasons fade.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Organized with Joy. In today's video, this will be part 2 of the Declutter Christmas decor collaboration. And since I didn't have a lot of Christmas decor to declutter, today I will be sharing with you my Christmas clean and decorate in my living room, and I will be showing you how I set up several of the items that I showed you in the first video. But in addition to that, I also wanted to share with you 10 questions to ask yourself when you are decluttering sentimental items, and in particular holiday items. I thought maybe these tips would help you as you are on your decluttering journey, and I thought that that would be appropriate to share for this decluttering collaboration. And for those of you who don't know, I do have a website with a blog, and this will also be a blog post. So all of the information I share with you in today's video will be documented in a blog post. So if you prefer reading it, I will be sure to link that in the description box below. And be sure after you're done watching my video to check out the other ladies' videos who are a part of this collaboration. I will link the playlist in the description box so it's easy for you to find and click on that playlist for tons of decluttering motivation.
No more tears, no more pain, and all the saints will raise the everlasting song of grace. The kingdom will illuminate every sight, every tongue and tribe will see that you are the Lord who is worthy of praise for all eternity. What a joy you will bring, that the angels will sing of a Savior come to us, and I'll sing never ending.
Okay friends, like I mentioned today, I wanted to talk about decluttering sentimental items, and in particular holiday decor. Decluttering sentimental items can be such a difficult thing. Holiday decor can have an added layer of difficulty because of the sweet and fond memories wrapped up in these items. I always encourage people to start with an easier category when beginning their decluttering journey, because momentum is the key. It's a whole lot easier to declutter items that don't have a sentimental attachment. Starting there will give us the confidence in our decision-making process as we gain momentum with decluttering. If you are in a place where you are ready to tackle decluttering sentimental items, but you are still struggling, I have 10 questions you can ask yourself as you make these decisions. The first question you can ask yourself is, am I going to use it again? If you didn't put it out this year, how likely are you to put it out next year? Oftentimes, if we do not display something from our Christmas bins one year, we are not very likely to display it the next year, and even less likely the next year or the next. I know it can be difficult to be realistic with ourselves when it comes to sentimental items, but really evaluate if you are going to display items in the future. If you're not going to display the items, the second question you can ask is, are these items worth just storing away in a closet, attic, or basement? I am all about displaying or discarding. For me, when things are out of sight, they are out of mind. Be honest with yourself if the items are important enough to just have stored away in a box somewhere. The third question to ask is, am I believing in my fantasy self? This term refers to having items in your home that you think you will one day use. You have a desire to follow through on ideas you have, but the reality is you probably won't. Maybe you're keeping old Christmas cards to use for a future craft project, or you have some other craft materials to make things that you will probably actually never make. Or maybe you have a lot of holiday decor with the idea that you will put it all out, but the reality is you don't have the time or bandwidth during the holiday season to do so. Again, being realistic with yourself is the key. Ask yourself how much you really need to have on hand. How much will you actually use? The fourth question you can ask yourself is this meaningful to my children or family members? Think about if your children or family members would want these items when you are gone. I know that this is a bit morbid to think about, but it is a good way to help make these decisions. If you missed my previous video where I shared about Swedish death cleaning, you should check it out for a more in-depth explanation, but this mindset has helped me when making decisions, especially regarding sentimental items. The basic idea of Swedish death cleaning is recognizing that one day when you pass away, your children or other family members will have the responsibility of deciding what happens with your belongings that you have left behind. It is already an emotional time dealing with the loss of a loved one, but there is an added burden of going through their stuff. Therefore, this question of will your family members find these items meaningful is definitely a valuable question. An adjacent question you can ask yourself with regards to your children or other family members is, can I pass anything along to my children or family members now? While you are still living is a great time to ask your family members what items are important to them. You may find that what is important to you may not be important to them, or vice versa. It may be easier to let go of sentimental items if you know they're going to be cherished by family. Stay tuned a little bit later in the video and I will share the remaining 5 questions you can ask yourself when trying to declutter sentimental and holiday items.
Crimson and jade will deck the hall so bright. Let's take a little time to care. Can you hear the angels heard on high? You hear the drummer boy. Can you see the lights illuminate the night? Won't you feel the love and joy? For the winter season's here to stay, and in your warmth I'm loved. I will hark the herald, hear the angel songs. Yes, I will look above. Hymns and carols and Christmas light. Peppermint is
Okay friends, as you might have noticed in the side tables that I have in this room, I just don't have a lot of stuff inside of those side tables. But I did want to go through this cabinet. We used to have a TV in here, and so I think there's still things related to that TV, like a DVD player and things like that. But I know there is also a huge case filled with CDs, movies, and I just asked my husband if he'd be willing to go through and decide which ones he wants to keep for whatever purpose, because there's a lot, and I don't think we'll really ever watch most of them just because everything is streaming now. But I am gonna go through this, declutter it, and just clean it out.
Dos, tres, cuatro. I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And I want to tell you that you are not alone. For He has come to overcome with love, bringing the tidings and great joy. Oh, what have I done to get such never-ending grace? I am forgiven, and you call me as your own. For who would come from heaven's heights for someone like me? I am beloved and I'm free. So I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And I want to tell...
Okay friends, so this pile of stuff needs to go someplace else since we no longer have a TV in this room. And then that is the case with all of the movies that my husband needs to go through. And then I just have a few things that I'm kind of on the fence about, but since I have space, I'm just going to keep them. I have workout DVDs. I've been using YouTube to work out, so I don't really use those, but I don't want to commit to not using those anymore. And then these are just some random parts that go with like PlayStation and Xbox stuff that, again, we don't really use since they're in here. Obviously, I'm just using this place as a storage place, but for now, I'm keeping them. And then this is just stuff for like computer games, CDs, programs. So that's that. And then over here now, I just have some weights and my pillows. As you saw, that's what's down here.
I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And I want to tell you that you are not alone. For He has come to overcome with love, bringing the tidings and great joy. You are never ending joy. So to you, a very Merry Christmas. And I wanna tell you that you are not alone. For He has come to overcome with love and tidings and great joy. Who would have thought that you came here for me, born into the world to let the blind man see? Oh, wonderful king you are.
Usually I switch out these pillows for more of winter themed pillows, but I really loved this setup that I put out in the fall, and so I decided to leave it. However, once I got my tree up and all the colors that were on the tree and in the room, I decided to go ahead and switch out those rose-colored pillows with something else, just because I felt like they didn't exactly go with the room, but you'll see that in the end.
This very season, I celebrate my Lord in every way. Who would have thought that you came here for me?
Okay, friends, I want to continue on with the last 5 questions you can ask yourself when decluttering sentimental and holiday items. The 6th question you can ask yourself is, will this matter to me 1 year from now, 5 years from now, or 10 years from now? Thinking about sentimental items in terms of the future can help you make those decisions. You may want to hold on to items for now, and that's okay. It can take time to let things go. In a recent video on my YouTube channel where I was going through my Christmas decor to declutter, a friend asked me if I was emotional going through my kids' childhood items. My 3 children are now young adults. I honestly was not emotional. It took time, but I'm starting to get to a place where I'm accepting this life stage. It takes time to transition for sure, but when you're ready to let go, you're ready. The 7th question you can ask yourself is this item something I could take a photo of to have the memory? Sometimes it's enough to have a photo of the special item, and this takes up far less physical space since photos are now digital. This is an especially great technique for larger sentimental items. Another question you can ask yourself is, how much Christmas clutter am I okay with having displayed in my home? Everyone has a threshold of how much stuff they can have around them, but studies have shown that clutter can contribute to feelings of anxiety and overwhelm. For some people, that threshold is higher, but really evaluate your threshold. If you like a lot of holiday decor and you have the time and energy to put it all up, then by all means, keep it all. But if the reality is you have way more than you feel comfortable displaying, then it's time to evaluate what you can part with. The 9th question you can ask yourself is, do I have the space to store what I want to keep? Physical boundaries can be a great way to limit what you keep. It can be helpful to give yourself boundaries by having a certain number of bins for holiday decor and only keeping what fits in the bins. The 10th and final question you can ask yourself is, am I keeping items because of guilt? Sometimes we keep sentimental items or holiday items because they were gifts given to us. It can be very difficult to let go of items given to us. However, it doesn't seem sustainable to keep every gift ever given to you. I am sure the person who gave you the gift would not want you to keep the item simply out of guilt and might rather you pass it along to someone who can use it and enjoy it. Well, I hope these 10 questions were helpful to you to process through making decisions when it comes to decluttering sentimental and holiday items. This time of year, as we get out our holiday decor and set it up, is a great time to think through these questions. So happy decluttering and happy holidays.
Me free.
Okay, friends, whenever I'm decorating a space, I always like to just gather all of my options. And these are all of my options for holiday, Christmas decor. And I realized I think I usually decorate this room first, but this is the last room I'm decorating. So this is all that was left of my holiday decor. So I will just arrange this on various places around this room, but that is kind of how I do this. I just have it all out so I can see what I have.
taking flight. The folks are covered head to toe, trying to keep warm from all the cold. Birdies ain't chirping in the morn, so now I will sing their notes, and we know that winter has come today. Winter is here to stay. Winter has come and I am waiting for it to snow. And with you by my side, yeah, I'll stay warm. Take it away. Skies are cloudy. Can you feel the cold bite? Indoors we're rowdy, from dawn until the dark of night. People seem bitter and moods are cold. Weather and feelings, friends of old. So we gotta stick together because we know how the story goes. Yes, we know that winter has come today. Winter is here to stay. Winter has come and I am waiting for it to snow. And with you by my side, yeah, I'll stay warm. Alright, go ahead now. Today, winter is here to stay. Winter has come and I'm waiting for it to snow. With you by my side, I'll stay warm. I feel the wind is getting colder. I feel it biting on my skin. I miss the days when I was younger. I long to hear the bird of spring. I feel the jaws of winter sinking into the corners of my soul. The dark of winter is a long one, but I won't let it take control. 'Cause you are my fun when all the winter's cold. You will give me warmth when I am ice and I am snow. I'll pay no mind to winter's bite when I'm with you. feel the wind is getting colder. You feel it biting on your skin. You miss the days when you were younger. You long to hear the bird of spring. You feel the jaws of winter sinking into the corners of your soul. The dark of winter is a long one, but you won't let it take control. 'Cause you are my fire when all the winter's cold. You will give me warmth when I am ice and I am snow. I'll pay no mind to winter's bite. I'll pay no mind to winter's bite. I'll pay no mind to winter's bite when I'm with you. Can you tell me that I'll be okay? Can you tell me now with your embrace? Can you tell me of a hope for warmer days? May I ask of you to stay with me? May I ask of you to pray with me? May I ask of you to spend your days with me? You are my fire when all the winter's cold. You will give me warmth when I am ice and I am snow. I'll pay no mind to winter's bite. I'll pay no mind to winter's bite. I'll pay no mind to winter's bite when I'm with you. He was born in a stable on that day, where the animals fed is where he lay. Oh, the infinite king and helpless babe, what a glorious way he came to save. How can we know humility? See how he laid upon the tree. Oh, what gentleness and peace, Christ in full humanity. Matchless in might, yet patient, kind. You are kind, saving the world by his design. His design. Beautiful the mist.
Y'all, this right here is something I have continued to display in spite of the fact that my children are older now. It is a tradition that we had. It's a little wooden manger and it has pieces of hay, and usually you don't put any hay in the manger. And as your children do acts of kindness throughout the month of December, every time they do something kind, they can add a piece of hay to this manger, preparing it for Jesus's arrival. So I love the aesthetics of it, so I continue to display that.
He came to save. Worship with gratitude and soul. Worship Emmanuel. Worship the...
Okay friends, I did want to show you what I was getting rid of, and it's that antenna that we no longer need. And this string of lights, you might have seen when I was putting them on the tree that it went out. I did go through and find all the bulbs that still worked. And honestly, I didn't even realize I had 3 strands. I think the tree looks perfectly fine just with the 2 strands. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then I wanted to show you what was left after I finished decorating. The only thing from this box is those Christmas ornaments. And the only reason I'm keeping them is because every year I do something different with my Christmas decor. I don't put it up the same way I did the year previously. And I like to do that. That way it feels new and fresh, and that way I'm not as tempted to bring in new decor, but instead just moving things around. Therefore, I'm gonna go ahead and keep those because in the future I might decide that I want to use all of those ornaments, even though I've only used half of them this year. And then over here, so if you watched my Christmas declutter with me, I already explained all of these ornaments and some of these things my children made when they were younger. These are all my kids' ornaments, and I'm keeping them for now for them to decide later. But the only thing is this advent calendar, I did not put it up this year. Usually I put it on my mantle, and the way I styled my mantle, I did not want this advent calendar up there, and I just couldn't find another place to put it. So I was debating on decluttering it, but I think for now I'm going to keep it because, like I mentioned, maybe next year the way I will arrange things, it will leave room for this advent calendar because aesthetically I do still really like the looks of it. So one more thing that I am going to be decluttering is this star because it no longer works. I just plugged it in to put it on the top of the tree and it doesn't light up anymore. We have had this for many, many years, and so I'm okay with letting this go. If I can find a star that I like this year, then I will purchase one, but otherwise we might have a topless tree this year. We might have nothing on the tippy top, and that is perfectly fine. Well, friends, that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope that it brought you some motivation or inspiration, and I hope that the 10 questions I had for you to ask yourself when decluttering sentimental and holiday items was helpful for you. I wanted to be sure to take a moment to wish each of you and your family a happy holiday season. I particularly want to just give my warmest wishes to my subscribers, my friends who keep coming back and watching each of my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I do want to remind you that this is a collaboration video. I will have the playlist linked in my description box below. Several of the other ladies are still decluttering Christmas items, and there's a wide variety of Christmas content in this playlist, so definitely check that out. I will be sure to link it. But thank you so much for watching this video until the end, and I will see you in the next one.